Video 2, guys. Ran out the first one. Let's carry on. We're talking about the Marco Polo. Check out the first video and the story behind him, his travels, all connected with the same divine stories of all cultures and mythological stories and religion. Now, and we're referring to flat earth, flat water, his sites. Go check out the Marco Polo story. So a lot of these old ancient maps have all got Septuagint. This is Septuagint, but Sept. Always thought that referred to the south, being the southern spring. But but September is still up north anyway. Except September represents 7, and we've put it on the 9th month, so there's no relationship there with the 9th month. It actually means 7, and it refers to 7 constellations, 7 stars up north, and it all connects to the Borealis, Hyperborea, centre north, and flat earth, and all that sort of stuff. This is interesting. One of the old maps, you can see that, sort of a torus shape, sort of correlates with some of my designs I've shown on my videos. Earth is flat, but it's trying to get people to understand the realm, how it works, how the curving sort of comes into it. Some more things I've noted. Jared Mercator, all his ancient plans, all on Flat Earth, Flat Water. Check it out. The creation story. Jews say each day is 100 years. Each day is 100 years. Each spiritual day is 100 years, 1,000 years on earth. There it goes. Mashiach comes before the deadline. LON, before the deadline. So Shia comes before the deadline. This divine point has come before the deadline. All these mutable signs are that represent the ends of the seasons. And this solar eclipse came before the end of the cycle. A 25,000 year cycle is now passed into Aquarius. We're now gone from Pisces into Aquarius, and that was from 2017 September. Comes before the deadline, this grand event. And also in the minor scale coming before the equinox. Not at deadline. In the year 6000, Mashiach, this is about the Jews, in the Torah or whatever, the year 6000, Mashiach has to come. So the year 6000, well, they probably mean the 6th day, because there's a trick in the Bible and that when they mention all the different zeros and that. It's not that. You don't take it literally. There can only be 6 days, he's saying, weekdays, and the Jews say on the very first day of creation the sun was tucked away. Creation, conception, solar eclipse, when they go and say the sun was tucked away, it refers to the solar eclipse. It was tucked away. Etymology. Okay, we've got here the Septuagint. Etymology. Originally denoting the translators themselves. From Latin Septuaginta, 70, because of the tradition that it was produced under divine inspiration. 70. And then they bring in 72 for some reason. 72 translators working independently put the books together in the Bible, the Hebrew Bible, various biblical apocrypha and deuterocanonical books. 70, translated by 70 Jews, sages, in 70 years to complete, blah, blah, blah. But they also say 72, which is 6 times 12 tribes of Israel. And it's all to do with constellations. They are the first of 5 books of the Hebrew Bible known as the Torah, or the Pentateuch. Pentateuch. Translated in the 3rd century. Sir Lancelot, who's this guy? Where did he get this name from? Sir Lancelot Charles Lee Brenton made a second English version of these books. He was a British citizen, 1805 to 1862. Also 7 times 10 equals 70. Oldest Greek version translated from the Hebrews by Jews at the request of Ptolemy II. Septi equals 7. This is what I'm just trying to figure out, understand September, sept and all that, all related to the north, the northern rotation. And look at the flat earth maps. In the flat earth maps, and telling all the stories about how the 4 rivers coming into the centre here, they get pulled in, sucked into a whirlwind type, whirlpool type thing. Ships cannot come against the pull. And they say there's a big rock in there that's magnetic. The metal ships cannot get away from. Check out that. Flat earth, flat water. The original Roman Republican calendar, September, was the 7th month rather than the 9th. Is this to deceive? The years was only 10 months long. 46 BC, Julius Caesar introduced the Julian calendar, septentrional, meaning of the north, which refers to the 7 stars of the Big Dipper, constellation of the Great Bear. Picture on phone, ball, earth and flux. Well, when you get into the science of it, about the way the magnetic fields work like this, they work like that over the earth, and they come to this point here where they start running parallel west across the earth. It's funny how science happens to use the word flux, because that's what they are, the magnetic field lines. And they use flux, but all that's hidden from everybody. They'll think they live on a spinning ball. How can you relate all that stuff to their spinning ball? But if you get right into, if you connect everything, it's all there. It's all meteorology, the way the winds come in, because the magnetic field is carried in the winds. We have the declination, magnetic declination. If you follow the field lines, you'll be doing a curve like this across the earth. Unless you've got a gyro or celestial navigation, you'll go straight. Very interesting, they've got the word flux. Septentrional is more or less synonymous with the term boreal. Connecting into the borealis. Hyperboloid, the vortex, upper half of the vortex, it's up north, derived from boreas, a Greek word of the north wind. Magnetic field is in the wind, all getting sucked into the middle there, the north. Although they don't feel the wind, it's still, but the current is strong. They're saying they don't feel the wind. But way up high, it's going like this. I don't know why. It's maybe the eye of the storm type situation down below. But the storm's up here. They're in the eye of the storm. It's all around them, the storm. The usual antonym after septentrional is the term meridional, noonday sun. Boreas is also known as the north, slightly east wind. Is a phrase. Now had the sun rolled through the years full circle, meaning not a day circle, but the yearly cycle. So now had the sun rolled through the years full circle. Well, how do you explain that in the spinning ball? Not the Earth's full circle, because the sun is turning every day, but then you got the whole yearly cycle where it's going up and down, like following the magnetic field like this as it's turning, as it turns, slowly going down, equinox all the way down, then slowly back up. Septentrio, a pre-modern compass point. Roman equivalent of Boreas was Aquilo. Greek east wind was called Zephyr. Aquilo was the north wind here. We've got etymology of Eden, from Akkadian Endinu, from Sumerian word Eden, meaning plain. That's flat plain earth. Come down to the flat plain earth. Or steppe, closely related to an Aramaic word meaning fruitful, well watered. Atmospheric moisture. We're all enclosed in this dome-like magnetic field. Nothing solid above us though. Nothing solid. It's just a magnetic field. The what's it? It says the firmament is unscratched. Meaning it's not solid. You can't scratch it. You bounce off it as a force field. They knew about this before they did the script, or as they wrote the script of Star Trek. Hebrews associated it to the word pleasure as, it's not, pleasure's not written in the Bible, is it? And the Lord God had planted a paradise of pleasure. Well, no, he planted a paradise on the flat within our earth, so-called paradise. And planting a paradise of pleasure, that's the one up here. That is in the head, not the earth. So, that was that. I've gone through everything, I think I have. A few other things to point out. Zeus, Jesus is Zeus, the sun. The sun equals Horus, and the horizon. The sun is on your horizon. Christ is the event, the anointing. Virgo represents the virgin. Virgo, virgin, always the virgin birth. Virgo. The solar eclipse, the divine stories here. The placement of the crowns on her head and all that sort of thing. What comes between her legs. The birth, a man-child will be born. The spiritual awakening following the August solar eclipse. Pythagoras spat on the ground when he was shown the number 2 because of his understanding of the singularity. Your spiritual twin uniting with your physical self in this physical world. This is the meaning to life. This is the prize, connecting with your twin, coming to singularity. Also known, the duet is the double. The duet is the dark side of man, because you're separated. Christified, as in crucified. Christmas is the day. Where's Christmas? How's Christmas come into it? Because this guy's awakening, the divine awakening. He was born physically in the Capricorn. His physical life was conceived and born here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. his spiritual birth, his second birth, 6th of September, 9 months later, 9 months after his physical birth. This is the connection between December and this divine story. Christmas is this day when he's born again. Christ has gone through his system and risen again. His old life has died off, been taken away and been buried in the sarcophagus in the depths of earth, just to remain for 1,000 years. He goes on in the spiritual world, his new world, new awakening. Horus was a spheresman. The spheres, the firmament, Horus, horizon. Horizon way out here, the end of the... Christ walks on water in the firmament. In Hatshep or something. Didn't look that one up after I scribbled it down. And Tiamul equal Milky Way. They both represent the Milky Way. Son of the sun, S-O-N of the S-U-N, son of the sun. He becomes a son of the sun. The sun was their food, meaning stargazing. Sun gazing. Does something to the pineal gland in the middle of your brain. Amat equals hidden from man. Hidden from man. Amun or Amun-Ra. Hidden from man. Hidden. It's hidden. There's a secret spot in here. Lots of things are hidden. Goose and the egg. What's the goose related to the egg? Or religion and all that, because the goose, they mention it's the highest elevation. The goose, you got one goose, you've got the bar-headed goose flies 39,000 feet. It flies in the solar winds. And it's to the snake too, because the snake represents the solar, the magnetic field. So you got the higher goose, laid the golden egg, back in the Jack and the Beanstalk story. The egg, the cosmic egg is way back here. There's the cosmic egg. Gold, the sun's in there on the horizon of the black hole. To get there, you've got to go up here. You've got to get up here, spiritually, consciously, up here to meet the Christ, to receive the Christ. Souls of the dead were to like in the Jewett. Check my video. Still rolling. Souls of the dead were to like in the Jewett. See, Jewett is in duality. Come into singularity. Singularity. Twin. To find your twin, you go within. Twin is within. Your spiritual twin is in here. Souls of the dead were to like the Jewett. Ta or Shu, the architect of the heaven, represents the vortex. Shu standing there holding Nut up, the sky goddess, because he represented the Taurus, the vortex. It has the tree of life in it. Firmament, known as metal forgery, minerals, I guess, or elements. Firmament, forgery in these stories. Different colours and all that. He straddles the boundaries. Horus or someone's referring to that. Straddles the boundaries. It's the firmament. It's layers. Philosopher's Stone. I meant to look into that. The talisman. There's a connection with the talisman. And talons of the eagle. Talons. Talisman. Talisman representing, well, it's connected to the when the moon goes into the sun, because it's the eagle representing the sun coming around and catches the moon as it comes up with his talons, takes her into his Grun's chamber for 2.2 days, and it's about being in there. That is the connection with the talisman. think I've shared enough. Thoth the Atlantean has where the determinatives point. Atlanteans come from the determinative points, the divine, the woken people. Point to the sun and moon, and it's connected to the sun and the moon, eclipses. But Thoth, a wise one, could be a judge of himself. Only the wise will know. He himself who has come from here will know or understand. All involving the eye of Horus, eye of the horizon. Eye of Horus, maybe the eye representing connecting them all together to bring the white light. You've come into the light, you've connected, you've risen all through the 7 chakras to come into the light. All involving the eye of Horus. Bingo. Okay, very deep. You want to go deep, get the way of the Hermes. And the other one I'm reading now is mind-blowing, is Hermes Trismegistus. Just Hermes Trismegistus. It reveals everything. That reveals everything. This reveals everything. This makes connections. Plato. But you've got to read it slow and unwind the riddles. It's all there. Everything is there from creation to today. It's all relevant. You could also read the Desire of Ages, specifically around chapter 30 to 60, within around the 50 there somewhere. It just describes the whole flat earth model, but you've got to be awake to it. If you understand my model, associate my flat earth model, you'll start getting the picture. It all comes to life. All comes to light. That's all I've got in this video. Cheers. Check out the first one. And check out the guy. Go back to watch that guy, Flat Earth, Flat Water, and listen to his story on Marco Polo. I don't know how why it's just happened to be reading that chapter 41, but it reveals the same story as all the other stories in religion. Cultures, myths, legends. Cheers.